Right, very good morning. Yep, another day has dawned. So I've got two things to show you. Now, the first is by Claudia Alves, and I'm at a certain page which is 25. This is the book. I did have this on the computer. It is in the computer somewhere in a folder. Now, so I'll go back to my page, and I've also got this as so I've also got this one as well. Now, alongside the Udemy course, this book is rather thick, and as you can see, I've got a bookmark which is Alan Shearer doing his famous pose after he'd scored a goal at St James's Park. I use that as my book stop, and you can see there where it is in the book. So it is on page 47. Now, the reason I wanted to show you that is I was reading through this one this morning, and this one I am on document type HTML, and the pages I've been reading up to now were saying in the coding progression, everybody starts off at hello world. So that's a start point. Now, I showed you in video the other day, was it example.com, I think it was, and it was basic, very basic indeed. But these are baby steps in adult learning. And what I'm going to do is every time I'm on the computer and I've been asked to do an assignment, I'm going to show you the assignment once it has been saved, what the reaction of said assignment is, and build slowly, bit by bit by bit. Now, I was looking at something earlier this morning on YouTube, and I believe it falls in the category of components of how to jazz up a page. There's a few bits I don't quite understand, like I'm going to do like a gesture where it's like that, and you put it in the middle and stretch it out. Now, I suppose had we learned to type at school, I might have learned what that is, what it means on your computer keyboard. However, computers were coming in the door as I was walking out of school. And when I did the CLATE at Newcastle College, I couldn't finish the course because of the lighting above my head. I was in one of those underground classrooms on the lower floors, so the lighting wasn't the best. However, here's the thing for you, right? In this adult learning, which I'm doing, because I'm 57, don't want to be, but you know, it is what it is. I'm going to show you where I want to be and how I'm getting there. So that's what you're going to see in the videos. You're also going to see my main content, but you can't see the main content at this moment in time because there's an international break, and many people hate the international break because it means we're not playing until we play West Ham at home. And I'm going to stick my neck out on the line. I want Newcastle to win at home. And that'll be 4 games. So that's what I'm saying to you. Now, getting back to what this video is about. Rob, who is the instructor, he's British. That's a bonus. Now, after I've finished doing the course, I'm on HTML5 currently. Next up is CSS. Then, after that, I believe it is JavaScript. So, I'll go through each of the components and you get to see everything I'm doing. You see, YouTube is there to document where you're going. That's all YouTube's about. It ain't going to make you rich. It was never about that. You see, the things that I'm trying to do are hard. They're complex. And because they're hard, and I'm showing you for a reason. Because, going back to my point, that's all YouTube does. It documents what you do. And the hope is that somebody who may be watching, it may help them. May. I'm not saying it's going to, but it's going to show them the steps I'm taking and where I want to be at the end of it, which is I want a full stack. Now, there's other things which include the full stack, which is it's understanding what's on screen in front of you. It's not just about a case of using the keyboard, because there's certain buttons on the keyboard. Believe they're called shortcuts. I believe that. Alt, Shift, and then whatever button of your main keys which you would normally type. So this is the learning curve. And I know there's a lot of you gonna be out there and gonna be laughing because, like I say, I'm on the baby steps. Yeah, I am. But I'm hungry to progress. And one of the things I was looking at over the weekend was this. Was showing Rob, the instructor, things I'm creating outside of the course. So I'm going into Visual Studio Code, typing stuff out onto the screen, saving it, and then once it's saved, press enter and seeing what the reaction is. And another thing I was looking at as well was on one of the, well, it's not on one of them, it's on several of the products which are in the store. The design on the garments is looking at the source code of that and then just giving it a little change and then saving that change and see how it comes out at the end. It's just for my curiosity more than anything else. And you get to see the source code at the same time. So it's a learning experience. And I'm not saying I'm going to be fantastic at this, not by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm trying to do it. And as my nanny always used to say to us, it's better to try, fall flat on your backside, pick yourself up, dust yourself down, and carry on. So that's where I'm coming from. And I want to be able to do this as, a series of new bits and pieces, if you want to put it that way. Because the Newcastle United content will continue. I will still try and do the watch-alongs, which you saw the other day. And somebody had said, why was it set to a premiere at midnight? Well, here's the thing, right? And I'm going to be honest with you. I got sent a message saying that the certain bits were unlocked, like adverts going to be put into me videos, yeah? And it said you had to follow certain guidelines. One thing I'll never ever do in any of my videos, I'll never use bad language. I don't believe in it. Plus, me nana and me mum, God rest their souls, would give us a clip round the ear and it would sting. So I'm not going to do that. And like Benny had said the other day, and somebody else had said the other day, oh, well, I delete the comments. Well, here's the honest bit for you, right? If I come up to St James's Park and I come across the road and you turn running and you say, oh, I'm one of your subscribers, yeah? You're going to talk to me like a human being, yeah? That's correct, isn't it? Now, that's how I expect you to be in the comments. You got a question, ask the question. I'll give you an answer if I can. And if I can't, I'll look it up and then I'll try and give you an answer. But don't come into the questions, into the comments on videos and, just be you. How you'd be in the street. Because, like I say, there's one person who keeps going on about fact check. Well, here's the honest answer to your fact check, yeah? The waves, yeah? That's where the assets are. They're there. Now, second to that is learning how to pull them to where I need them to be. So there's two components. Once those two components is done, then verify. So it's all a learning process. It's not about fact check and all the rest of it. Because they're there. I can see them if I want to see them. What it's about is running them through a process where they get verified, and once they are verified, then they get sent to where they need to be, which is an exchange, and then they get sold. And when I've got to that point, when I've got to that point, like I say, then in my videos, from that moment onwards, I'll put a financial disclaimer right at the start saying there's a good chance that whatever I'm going to say at that time, but it'll be a financial disclaimer to you who's watching. And of all the things that I did, they're there. They're not fantasy. They're not like, I had to pay for Ethereum, through Coinbase. I bought Ethereum and then I transferred Ethereum to Waves. And in 2028, the Ethereum I put into the pool, I'll pull that out because it'll have sat for 4 years. And the hope is it's made enough money in that 4 years. Hopefully, by the time 4 years comes round, I'll have the full stack up operating. And in 4 years, I don't expect to be where I am at the moment. So it's all about progression. Learning, typing on the computer, saving, then press enter and see what the end result is. The look is, once I've done all of those bits and pieces, you're going to see the whole lot, Once that's all done, then moving forward to a better future. And here's the best bit. Here's the best bit. 4 years' time. 2028. The hope is Newcastle United have won multiple cups. We're back in the Champions League. And the hope is Eddie Howe gets a naughty big contract. Because I honestly believe this. I honestly believe that with Eddie Howe being English, okay, he's from Bournemouth area, but with Eddie Howe, I believe Newcastle United will, get multiple trophies. And to all of you who are watching, you get to go on an adventure here. Because hopefully in 4 years' time, I'll have been into a studio, recorded some songs, and those songs can go into the charts. Hopefully. And while all of these things are happening, the full stack will be built brick by bloomin' brick. And it's a brand new adventure. But I'll probably look back in 2028 and think, wow, But it's going to happen. I want it to happen. I wanted to buy the courses, bought and paid for. So now it's a case of getting the exam certificates. You see the coursework. That may help somebody down the road. And the channel grows and grows and grows. So there is your hope. Because by 2028, there's a new football tournament, England, Ireland, and St James's Park. And that's going to be special, man. So we've got a lot to look forward to between now and then. And you've got lots of videos to view and I hope learn from. And the hope is everything that I'm trying to achieve, which is on my channel, the music, the coding, the assets, they all do their thing. And like I've said in many videos, forgot. Somebody turned around and said, I keep mentioning Benwell. Well, I'm going to tell you something. Just before I finish, I'm going to tell you something, right? Now, the first place I opened my eyes and understood what the hell was going on, that was Benwell, a place called Frank Street. Now, I don't know if I lived on Frank Street or if I lived on the street next to Frank Street. I couldn't honestly tell you because I was too young. However, I can tell you this much. There was a guy, he was an oldish guy, lived across the road, and he must have had a soft spot for my mother because what he done was, you know them old forts? Stood about this high. You could hide in it. It was that big, right? He made that for me. And I learned very, very young what not to do with matches. And like I say, we had the little cannons, about that big, where you could just put something in and flick it. Having little battles, with the little tiny soldiers. Yeah. Well, where I lived was as you come up Armstrong Road and there's a brow of the hill. Yeah. Now, today, there's a set of traffic lights there. But you would walk down towards Scotchy Road. And back then, the streets went straight down. But they were the old style. And don't know how long we lived there for, but we moved from there to opposite Critters Park. Now there's a building on the other side of the road from Critters Park shops. And believe it's some kind of hostel or something. And behind that was Ashfield Close. And I wasn't there very long because that's where in the songs, the dark times And those dark times changed everything. So, yeah. But as I say, that's the reason why I go on about Benwell and Aki Road. Because I went to Aki Road School. And it's still there. Yeah. They haven't updated it in all of these years. Because the 32 I used to drive, it ran past there. And when the weather was really naughty, you didn't go down Aki Bank. You went down the other road, leading on to Westmoreland Road. Mind you, the lad who I went through training school with did go down on a bad day. And the wheels on his vehicle are like that. He did some damage. But like I say, that was way back. Anyway, that's why I mention Benwell. Because, you see, the new Benwell shopping centre, well, it wasn't there. We had a big ramp leading up to shops either side. And back then days, man, it was crazy. But Benwell's my roots, and it'll always be my roots, no matter where I end up. Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you what's going on, why it's going on, and where it may end up. Because that's it. That's what YouTube's about, documenting what you're doing. It'll never make you a millionaire. No. The music might. So, thanks for watching, and have a wonderful day. Give me a thumbs up if you like the content, subscribe, and please spread the word.